Hello and welcome to Movie Review with Nigerian Tribune TV. My name is Eunice Olaleye and I'm doing this with
Nelly Ikwuonu.
Guys, we're talking about YouTube movies. Some YouTube movies that have been sparking different conversations about love and a few other things that people find controversial.
I'll be giving an honest remark.
Opinion, right, regarding it. The first is Love in Transit, starring Daniel Edson Effiong, Bimbo Ademoye, and a few other movie stars. So, Bimbo Ademoye plays the character of a female Uber driver who carries or who picks up a guy from the airport down to his parents' house in Lagos. And now when they get to the place, his parents assume that this Uber driver is his fiancé. So instead of them to just cut the act and just call them out and say, oh no, this is not true. The guy says, oh, my parents' happiness is priority to me right now. I need you to please be my fiancé, play the part. But it's going to be at a cost. I'm going to pay you for your time. And after back and forth, they agreed. And basically, the movie talks about love, forgiveness, family dynamics, and a few other things that people might not see in regular movies. What do you think about the movie? I think it was interesting.
Well, it was interesting, but the part whereby she just agreed to even stay over, like,
But she hesitated a little now. She said never. She can't.
in Nigeria, in me, we never.
There is more
What?
involved.
What if the family is involved in money ritual?
Well, at least I find that there.
And it was a plot. Like, all these, maybe it's just my mind.
Mind truth. The guy commended us. He said she was very observant when they were driving. So she observed that he had not been in Lagos for a long time.
You know, like kidnappers, they can just say,
So you've never heard stories of people just picking themselves up because of love?
then staying over at his family's house.
Yes, and it was Lagos. She's an Uber driver, for Christ's sake. She will know different locations. But I think I loved the movie because eventually what was a contract, of course, you can tell, became something real. It started building connections together, emotional connections. There were sparks over this until the camel.
Yes, we saw that the emotional spark.
There
was a part whereby the sister asked her brother Michael, she was like, okay, she was asking the girl, she was like, well, I want to wear your engagement ring. She was like, she just gave an excuse, and the next scene we saw that
Yeah,
what an engagement ring.
Mind you, Michael.
Your atmosphere was
Me, I love this show because there was a transition. It didn't just happen from the beginning. There was hesitation at first. It was business as usual until it's evolved into something sweet and something lovely. So if you love love and you love love in
love.
conventional way, I think you will enjoy this movie. I think you will. Go listen to her. She just listen on the net.
but I also loved his ex.
Me, I didn't love his yet though. She was pointing to Gary of love that was rolling from the beginning. Yeah.
What's her name again?
Shanice.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think you should watch the movie.
Okay. Next on our list is 10 Million Ways to Love. This one is another Odogu Parara.
Thank you. I'll talk about what's 10 million.
We have Ego also playing Emilia. Then we have Inya Nwegwe also playing as Wesley. There was a lady, an entrepreneur. She had a skincare line that she wanted to promote, and she needed money. She needed investments into it, and she went to our investors to pitch business to them. Although the man told her that, okay, go back after some time. When you bring out your business proposal, they will think about whether funding it or not. But the man didn't even look at a business proposal. He didn't even look at it, and he just sent her 10 million naira. He even getting me.
I don't know it. See now, don't try.
But after sending her that money, he started acting weird. Like she even went to his office and she was trying to speak to him, and he was giving her this kind of attitude and the rest. But later on, they kind of reconciled. Not only that, there's also a family story on that.
Yes.
She tried to our mom and dad. She tried to reconcile with her husband, but not knowing that the husband had to go back to his former family, and the money that she was giving to her for her business, he spent it on her dad's health. I really like the movie Shao because there was a double para and I decided that it is from her.
I don't understand the one para that.
Wait, do you see the last scene? The last thing when they had a misunderstanding and it was like, oh, he's purchasing a product from and she came over to his house and
money I did not pay.
yes, but then do you know the reason why they had a misunderstanding? That was because he called her a failure when she could not proceed with the business plan.
You gave me 10 million, I could not bring results. Is that possible?
No, it was understanding.
The reason I didn't like the movie was because the whole love story was not jelly. It just didn't make sense. Like,
So I'll tell you, there was money.
but 10 million naira that he used.
Wait, well, at the end, you also told her that you could have just asked for another 10 million naira. I was like, that.
You're a businessman. See, another thing I didn't like about the movie was the whole idea of flat tax. I mean, the family that she was willing to stick up for. And when they knew that she had money, 10 million naira for her business, kept, emotionally blackmailing her into giving her.
Yeah.
Even her brother, the money that she gave him that he didn't use anymore, I guess what he used it for, which an expensive wristwatch.
Although that it collected because of his friend.
It did, but when she used the money you gave him, the normal thing was to report her that, oh, this money was not used
Because same friendship bond playing out.
there was friendship too. People really stick up for each other. But I didn't like the idea of black tax. I could feel the emotions. I don't really like the way they were weighing on her.
But that's what happens in most homes.
I know. And it can be very sad because it has different side effects. You see the rhymes with people talking about
You just have to step up to assist.
and parents don't make it very easy for the children. They're not trying to be understanding. They're like, but if I had 10 million naira the other day, I had 5 million naira the other day. Of course, we have different articles on our website on shouldbeonlineng.com on black tax, and you see different perspectives on black tax, so you can do else check it out. But yeah, it really pains me for her that she came through that.
Moving on.
Love Nu, starring Remy, who was Bash, Beverly Osu, who was Tammy, and Uzo Amaka, who was Maris, the younger versions of them. Of course, they grew older in the movie. There were a few other people that starred in the movie. This talked about love, friendship, and secrecy. Different friends, two friends from different backgrounds, who had many secrets and these unbreakable bonds that even when they got married, it was still really hard for them to share that kind of bond with their
partners.
Even though they had very understanding partners, but they threw that away because of secrecy and the oath that they had to themselves as friends. I didn't like the movie for some reasons. I didn't like if you're Tammy. I did not like Tammy for anything. Her character was just vexing me. And that's because she had a very understanding husband.
Yes.
But when I was willing to stick his neck out for her, even after knowing her secrets.
That man was everything.
It was everything and more. They said our men are scum. This one was not even scum at all. It was such a doting husband, man. And I felt it was toxic. They had a very toxic relationship. I guess it's like you're friends for life, but the toxicity was just too much.
There was a place whereby she told her friend, what was her friend name? Maris told Tammy to go for therapy.
Yes, after she aborted their child.
Yeah.
She found that she was pregnant and she aborted the child without telling her husband.
And that was because she and her partner, they were both SS.
Yes. But I feel like she should have still talked about it. And even after the guy knew, she didn't go for therapy. And guess what? She cheated on her husband. See, you can catch the rest on Mercer TV.
See, that was because she was under any. I'm not supporting cheating. I'm not. She was under an influence of an alcohol, yes, and weed. Yes, now
She's on her way back home after everything happens. See, guys, they're not going to say.
I love the friendship out there.
I didn't like the friendship because it was too toxic. It felt like there was this toxicity. It was toxic to people around them. They were just in their own world.
But that does show how sisterhood should be about.
Should be toxic to everyone.
Not being envious of your friend, bad-mouthing your friend.
To affect people around you negatively. Imagine when she decided to be a surrogate for her friend.
And that was she not try. Yes, she should have put the stereo house, but
that's what I said.
Now the last one on our list is Broken Hallelujah, Bimbo playing Morundia. Then we have Daniel Etin Efio playing as Ukodili. Playing as Ukodili. This is a very fantastic story. It talks about the difficulty with conception and marriage, forgiveness, love, and faith.
Yeah.
Yes, it was more of faith, very, very big on faith. This is a lady, Morundia. She grew up with her grandmother, And after her grandmother passed away, she just took up the responsibility on herself. She grew up in a small society. Then she met this guy that she has been having a crush on. She has been having a crush on. And after her service year, when she came back, she met him. And, the crush was still there now. At the end of the day, they ended up falling in love. They got married. And he was big on fashion. He had a fashion house in Lagos. Then after 4 years, she was trying to conceive, and it was very, very difficult. It was taking a toll on her, and you could just see her frustration out there. But with faith, we could see God's intervention, and there was a miraculous turnaround where she gave birth to triplets. It was a very beautiful story, and the loved one, I could see a very supporting husband that was with her throughout, the challenge. She even tried IVF. I don't really know anything about IVF, but from the movie, I could see that it's very difficult to go through the process of IVF. And our mother-in-law too, we could see, for the very first time, I could see a mother-in-law that was not like, oh, why have you not given us grandchildren? She was very supportive, even though she was recommending some concussions. It was a very beautiful love story. I enjoyed it.
Well, I did enjoy it. So there were moments that really put me off. Times when, okay, she was acting like she was running with the problem. Forgetting that it was them that were going through it together.
That
After I was behind of adultery, she was mean to him. She was mean to everybody that tried to bring it up. She wasn't listening to anybody. She was so caught up in her own problems and grief that she failed to see that she was hurting people all around her, especially her husband, that was willing to stick through it. I mean, temptation faced in like and business partner tried to matchmake him with one of their employees. But it didn't fall because his eyes were on Dia, and that reminds how I felt when she accused him of adultery. I was so pained.
When society expects from a married couple 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and she really wanted this, so something she wanted, and she loved kids. It's a different thing if you don't even love children. Yeah, so that's that pain, no shower. It's a very nice.
Of course, I understand that pain, but it really hurts that she treated her husband like that. But yeah, her story changed later.
And she was blessed. And at the end of the movie, she wasn't pregnant again. She was still pregnant again. So it's a very nice movie. We've come to the close of movie review. In case you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel at Nigerian Tribute TV, please subscribe, like, and also we need your comments regarding, you can also suggest movies for us that we can also review,
I don't know if you can draw those movies. We need to hear your opinion.
Yes, your ratings and the rest. Thank you very, very much. Till next time, keep smiling and don't forget to subscribe.
Bye.